Hello, coin collectors out there. Welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Hopefully everyone is having a great day as always. In today's video, we are going to be looking at these coins that you see in front of you right here. We've got a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a $50, and $2 coins that are all United States constitutional silver. Some people refer to these as junk silver. They're not pure silver. These ones that you see are 90% silver, and this one right here, the nickel, is 35% silver. But if you're looking to start stacking silver, this can be a great entry point for you. The reason why is because you can buy them for relatively low premiums over spot silver price, and you can buy them in very small increments. Looking online right now and experience going to my local coin shop, you can buy just $1 face value of silver coins such as quarters and nickels right here for just $28. So $28 gets you $1 face value of United States silver coins. Now, the premiums do decrease the more money you're willing to spend and the higher increments you buy. So if you were to buy $5, that'd be around $123 cost you, and around $100 in face value would cost you $2,463. So $100 face value is currently selling for around $24.63 per face value. So that might be a little bit confusing, but just know that these coins right here will always have value to them because silver is a rare commodity and it's included in these coins. And we'll get into each of those in detail. But first, just want to kind of give you a high-level overview of why you might be interested in collecting these before we get into the individual value of each coin. This coin right here on the left is a little bit special because it's only 35% silver. We'll get into it more, but this is known as a wartime nickel. And if you've got a nickel and you flip it over on the reverse side and it has a large mint mark on the reverse side right here, that's what's known as a wartime nickel. It's 35% silver. The Mercury dime is going to be 90% silver. The Roosevelt dime up until 1964 is going to be 90% silver. The Washington quarter up until 1964 is going to be 90% silver. All of the Walking Liberty half dollars are 90% silver. All of the Morgan dollars and all of the peace dollars are 90% silver as well. Now I'm going to slide those ones aside, and let's start right into it with this one right here. It's the wartime nickel. Now this has a pretty cool history to it because during World War II, the United States needed the actual nickel metal for artillery shells, for tanks, for the war efforts that were going on in Europe. And so they took the nickel out of the coin circulation and they used it for the wartime. So they needed to replace the coin with something else, so they put silver in it. So this is 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. It's got a total weight to it of 5 grams in a regular size diameter and thickness that you would expect. The key differentiator when you flip it over is on the reverse side right here. It's got this large mint mark to it. It will either have a P mint mark for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. The reason why they put the large mint mark on the reverse side of the coin instead of the small one on the front side is because they wanted to easily identify these coins in case they wanted to later pull them from circulation, which makes it helpful if you're coin roll hunting. You can still find some of these because many people don't know that this nickel has silver in it. So they'll just put it back to their bank. If you get rolls of nickels from your bank and you search through them, you can pull out actual nickels like this. Now the half Liberty and the peace dollar and the Morgan dollar that we'll get into later, those would be almost impossible to pull out of general circulation, but you can still get some like this because they don't look too much different than the regular circulating nickels. The wartime nickels were made from 1942 until 1945. The one we're looking at right here, which is dated 1944 at the Philadelphia Mint, there are 119,150,000 of these coins that were made. In good condition, these are going to be worth 96 cents. Very good condition, $1.40. Extra fine condition, $2. AU grade, $3.20. And then once you get into the uncirculated condition, they'll be worth around $9.20. So between $1 and $9 for this coin right here. As far as the silver melt value to it, it's going to have a melt value of around $1.30. So, you wouldn't even want to sell it for 96 cents. Anything less than $1.50 or so, I would not sell your coin just based on the melt value. Now, this has a little bit less silver melt value to it than the 90 percenters that we're going to be looking at. Because if you're going to go down and melt this, it's going to produce a lot of waste, especially compared to this one right here. This is going to, if you're just after the silver alone, this is going to produce 65% waste compared to this one right here, which would only produce 10% waste. So people aren't really that interested in melting down these nickels to get the silver out of them, just based on the pure amount of waste that gets produced for the effort of getting that 35% silver out of the nickel. Now again, these were made from 1942 until 1945. The lowest mintage year that you're going to want to look for is kind of the first year, because the first year of production, they split both the regular nickel coins without silver, and then they switched over partway through the year to the silver nickels. So the 1942 is going to have the lowest mintage of the silver nickel wartime years. So that's our 35 percenter, and we can see it's got a different colorization to it than the 90 percenters that we're going to be looking at later. So that's kind of a key indicator that doesn't have the same exact metal composition compared to these coins that we're going to be looking at kind of later in the video. Let's slide it aside and we'll look at this coin right here. Let me just adjust the camera for you. It's a smaller coin, so it's going to zoom in a little bit so we can see the key details to it. Now this right here is what's known as a Mercury dime. Who you see on the obverse side of the coin, it's Lady Liberty. We'll see her a few different times in different kind of postures and different shapes, doing different stuff. But this is her wearing a winged figrum cap, which indicated kind of freedom of thought. That's what the cap indicates. We see that the year that was made, 1944, and we see this W right here. Some people confuse that for being the mint mark. However, it's just the engraver's, the last initial in the engraver's name. So the engraver was Adolf Alexander Weinman, and that W right there is a W for Weinman. We see that all throughout coinage with the engraver's initial on the coin. Here we just see that W instead of, most, when we get into the other ones, they'll have the first and last initial like we see with that JS. So we've got the 1944. This coin was made from 1916 until 1945. Its value is obviously 10 cents. It's got 90% silver. So at today's current silver prices, around $24 an ounce, this is going to be worth around $1.75 just in the silver content alone of this coin. Now it's a small coin, so you've got to get a lot of them if you want to get a significant amount of silver out of them. It's got a weight of 2.5 grams. 90% of that is silver. As far as the mintage for this particular year, in the year 1944, there were 231,410,000 of these that were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. There was an additional 62 million produced at the Denver and 49 million made at the San Francisco Mint. Those will have the mint marks on the back side right here, the back lower left. Right here is where the mint mark will appear. If it's made at the Philadelphia Mint, it won't have a mint mark on it. If it's made at the Denver, you'll see a D or an S for the San Francisco down there at the bottom. Now what you're looking at on the reverse side of the coin, in case you're unfamiliar with this imagery, we see the fasces right here in the center right here. We've got an olive branch going around right here, as well as a axe, or the fasces right here, showing that the United States is both prepared for war and its desire for peace. We see the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which translates to out of many one. We've got the inscription United States of America going around the outside, and then the face value of the coin dime right here. The key indicator for determining how the coin will grade is based on these lines that you see going vertically, as well as these bands that you see going horizontally. So there's a set of bands right here, and right here, and those are the high points on the coin. So those areas are going to be the first parts of the coin that's going to wear and tear once it's in circulation, kind of bouncing around. And so if you want to get one that's in uncirculated condition, to grade in uncirculated condition, it's going to have split bands going across the outside right here, as well as going up and down. And that will show that it's both uncirculated and it's well struck by the United States Mint. So it's going to have a redded edge to it. So we see these grooves going around the outside. 118 grooves in total for this particular coin. And that's just a security feature that the United States Mint includes to make it harder to counterfeit these. They've got the grooved edges going around the outside. And as I think of it, all of them will have the grooved edges in this video, except for the nickel, which has got that smooth edge going around the outside of the coin. So this is the Mercury dime. As I said before, Mercury dime was made up until 1945, and then we transitioned to the Roosevelt dime, which you're probably used to seeing this design right here. What you're not used to seeing probably is the silver in the coin. This design was used from 1946 till 1964. Starting in 1965 is when they made these coins without the silver in them. The obverse is a obverse of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, the 32nd president of the United States. He was president from 1933, and then he later died in 1945. This year after, very next year after, 1946, they put him on the United States nickel, which is pretty cool. We see JS down here at the bottom. That is the engraver's initials, John R. Chinook. So we see that down there at the bottom. Then when we flip it over on the reverse side, we've got kind of the peace and war imagery back here on the reverse side as well. We've got the olive branch right here. We've got the torch in the center, and then we've got the oak branch on the right. So this symbolizes peace, liberty, and victory, all surrounded by the United States of America going around the top right here. E pluribus unum, out of one many, is the language in Latin right here. And then the denomination of the coin, which is 1 dime. Now there'll be a mint mark down here if it's got a Denver or San Francisco mint. So I live on the East Coast, so most of the coins that I get are from the Philadelphia Mint, so those aren't going to have mint marks on them. So right there is where you would see the mint if it's made at the Denver or San Francisco Mint. As far as the mintage for this particular coin, in the year 1950, there were 50 million that are going to be made without the mint mark on them, indicating that they were made at the Philadelphia Mint. There were 46 million made at the Denver Mint and 20 million made at the San Francisco Mint. Generally, San Francisco minted coins will have the lower mintage of all of the coins that we are going to be looking at in general circulation. In good condition, these are going to be worth around $1.20. Very fine condition, $2. Extra fine condition, $2 as well. Uncirculated, $9.60. The real money is going to be if you've got a 1950 proof coin, because as I mentioned, there were 50 million of these made for regular circulation. There were only 51,386 of these that were made as proof coins. So those are special sets that are struck better than the most. The dies that they use are more frequently changed out. They're struck better. They've got a nicer finish to them, and they're sold at a premium above face value to collectors right when they were made. So only 51,000 of those proof coins were made. If you've got yours in a proof set, you will say, right on the front, United States coins, 1950 proof set, and it's got every one of the coins in a shinier finish, then that could be worth $98 for this. Just the dime alone is going to be worth $98. So that's pretty cool. But there were only 51,000 of those that were ever made. So we've got the Roosevelt dime. Now going back a little bit to this one right here, which is the Washington quarter, we go up in size as well. Same kind of diameter, but it's got same diameter as a regular, more modern U.S. quarter, but it's got silver in it. It had silver in it from right here, 1932 until 1964. Now I know there are older quarters out there, but can't make this video forever, so chose the coins that I did because these are probably ones you'll recognize or wanted to see in this video. This coin is 90% silver. It's got a total coin weight to it of 6.25 grams. So this has $4.38 worth of silver in it. When we flip it over, we've got finally a mint mark that we see on the reverse side of the coin. We see the S down there at the bottom to indicate it was made at the San Francisco Mint. On the reverse side of the coin, what we're looking at right here, probably very familiar with this imagery, but we've got an eagle with its wings spread. It's standing on a shaft of arrows and 2 olive branches beneath the eagle. So we've got the arrows going across right here, and then we've got the olive branch right here. So we've got the peace and war symbolization, and then we've got the S mint mark right there. $quarter, which is the denomination of the coin, out of one many, e pluribus unum, then United States of America going across the top right here. This is a very well circulated coin. We can see it's quite faded, but very cool because it's that San Francisco mint, which we haven't looked at too much so far in this video. As far as the year 1942, there were 19,384,000 of these that were made at the San Francisco Mint. In good condition, these are going to be worth around $4.70. In extra fine condition, $6.30. In uncirculated condition, around $82. This coin right here, nowhere near that uncirculated condition. In 1942, there is a known error with the Denver Mint, a double die obverse coin to it. So if you've got some doubling, if you've got a D mint mark on the back, flip it over to the front and check to see if there's any doubling going on in the lettering. And you can look at the Cherry Picker's Guide to get more information on that particular error. But 1942 D, check out the double die error. So in 1942, there were also 102 million of these made at the Denver Mint and 102 million made at the Philadelphia Mint, 17 million made at the Denver Mint. Going on to the $half, which these coins get bigger and bigger as we go. This one right here had about $4.38 worth of silver in it. This one right here has $8.76 worth of silver in it. Now you might recognize the Kennedy $half, but before we got the Kennedy $half, we had what's known as the Walking Liberty $half. So we see Lady Liberty on the reverse side of the coin right here. Zoom in for you. And then, so we've got Lady Liberty walking right here. We've got Lady Liberty with the winged cap. And then we'll get on to the peace dollar and some other Lady Liberty imagery as well. So very cool. $half right here. The Walking Liberty $half is made from 1916 until 1947 with this particular design. So this particular design, it is a 90% silver coin with a weight of 12.5 grams in total. What you're looking at on the obverse side of the coin, we see Liberty walking to the left. So Lady Liberty right here in the center, she's walking to the left. We've got the rising sun, and we've got the date down here at the bottom, 1942. When we take a nice look at the mintage for 1942, there were 47,800,000 of these coins that were made without the mint mark on them. There were another 11 million made at the Denver Mint and 12 million made at the San Francisco Mint. This one actually looks like it might have a little bit of the 4 at the bottom is very wide. I don't know if that's a mint error or if that's just kind of wear and tear, but it's kind of interesting. It looks like almost a little bit of a cut error right there on the, 4, given how kind of wide it is. But there's Cherry Picker's Guide out there, which shows you all of the very cool error coins that are known and documented. So if you see any lettering that's ever off on your coin, check out that Cherry Picker's Guide, because those error coins that were made at the United States Mint are going to be worth more than the regular strike coins. So this is the obverse side of the coin. When we flip it over, we get the eagle on the reverse side of the coin. So we've got the eagle right here with its wings spread. We've got the value, $half down here at the bottom. United States of America going across the top. E pluribus unum right there. And again, that translates to out of one many. The engraver's initials, he changed up his signature a little bit, but it's the same guy that we were looking at with the Mercury dime. It's going to be Adolf Alexander Wyman. I'll zoom in so you can see his signature, but it's going to be right here. We see the A and the W, Adolf Wyman right here. Adolf Alexander Wyman. Now this is a big coin. It's got a diameter of 30.6 millimeters to it, but not quite as big as these Morgan dollars and the peace dollar that we're going to be looking at later. So let me slide the half dollar out of the shot and take a look at this one right here, the oldest coin that I've got as part of this video series. This coin was made from 1878 to 1921. So it had a nice, very long run to it. Again, it's going to be that 90% silver, 10% copper. The reason why they put that 10% copper in there is because if it was just silver, the coins would wear and tear much quicker. If it was scratched, the scratches would show much more. So they put that 10% copper. It kind of firms up the coin a little bit and makes it kind of more resistant to scratches, tears, scrapes, etc. Now this coin is going to have $18.73 worth of silver in it, $18.73 worth of silver in it, because it's a very large coin. It's got a weight of 26.73 grams, which at today's silver price of $24 an ounce is going to translate to around $18.73 of silver. What you're looking at is the obverse side. So this is the front side of the coin. We see the lettering right here, Liberty. Now that's a key area to look at with these particular coins, because that's going to be the first area that kind of wear and tears once this coin circulates. So if you've got clear spelling of Liberty right here, that's great. That's a great indication that you've got a good coin in front of you and it hasn't been worn too much out. For the mintage in 1883, there were 12,290,000 of these that were made. Kind of similar to the Mercury dimes, there were also a very few amount of proof coins that were made. There were just 1,039 proof coins made in 1883. In good condition, these are going to be worth, the regular strike coins are going to be worth around $20. Very fine condition around $30, and uncirculated condition around $58. So very valuable coin that you see in front of you right here. In 1883, they also made these coins at the Philadelphia Mint, the Carson City Mint, which is pretty rare. That's in Nevada, I believe. These will also have the O mint mark on them as well as the S mint mark. So that's pretty cool. The CC is the Carson City Mint. The O is going to be the New Orleans Mint. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark indicates that it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. So we've got a lot of wear and tear on this coin right here, but still a very cool coin. Hang on to it no matter the condition of the coin, because it's going to be worth around $20 just based on its silver content to it. So this Morgan dollar again was made from 1878 until 1921. And we are going to start with this next coin made in 1922 right here. And it is the final coin in today's video. It is the peace dollar. This dollar was made from 1921 till 1964. 1964 being the year that Kennedy was assassinated, and they Kennedy assassinated 63 or 64, I believe, and they put him on the half dollar going forward after that. So this is the $1 coin, 90% silver. So it's going to have the same. It has the same weight to it of 26.73 grams, same weight, same diameter. So around $20 in silver content for this particular coin. What you're looking at on the obverse is another capped image, a capped head of Lady Liberty. So we see Lady Liberty at the top. She's got the cap on it, different cap than what we saw with the Mercury dime. But we see Lady Liberty right here with a headband for a cap. She's facing the left. We've got the date down here at the bottom. Of course, we've got the lettering "In God We Trust." Now, instead of using a U for trust, they've got the V that you would see with Roman numerals. So we've got that down there. The engraver for this particular coin, we see his initials right here. It's going to be Anthony de Francisia. So we've got his initials or his signature down here right at this part of the coin right here. When we flip it over to the reverse side, this is a cool look at an eagle standing on a rock. Its wings are folded. It's seen from the back. We've got a branch right here in its talons. We've got the rays behind it, and then we've got peace below it. So we've got peace down here at the bottom. On my coin, it's very well worn out, so I'll zoom in, but Here, we can see a much better look at it like that. See piece down here at the bottom. We've got the face value of the coin, $1. Piece down here, we've got its talons. They branch in the middle right there. The sunlight behind it. Now, as far as the mintage of this coin goes, in 1922, the second year of production, the first real high mintage year, there were 51,737,000 of these that were produced. In good condition, it's going to be worth around $20. Very fine condition, $24. AU, $26. And uncirculated, $37. So if we add up the total melt value of just these silver coins alone, it's going to be around $55. So this dollar right here, sorry for knocking the camera there. The piece dollar right here is going to be worth around $18 in silver. The Morgan dollar is going to be worth around $18 in silver. The half dollar right here is going to be worth around $8.76. The quarter is going to be worth around $4.38. The dimes are going to be worth around $1.75 each. So that's $3.50 in total for the 2 dimes. In the 35% silver nickel, that's going to be worth around $1.36 in silver. So around $55 in silver just in these cool coins right here, which is why, you know, it's cool to start a collection with some of these junk silver coins, because it's a nice kind of affordable way to, you can buy them in small increments, pay little over spot premium for them, and start building up your silver collection as well as your coin collecting collection. All right, everyone, that's all the info that I've got for you today. If you are into coin collecting, please do check out some other videos on this channel. Got a lot of great content going up lately. So if you like silver coins, non-silver coins, rare coins, variety coins, all kinds of cool content on this channel. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy.